Hey everybody, Charlie Waymire here from Ultiamte Studios Inc. and the Recording Ninja Workshops. In this video, I would like to talk to you about microphones, or more specifically, the microphones that you have in your mic locker. Whenever I get a new mic, I take a few hours one night or even a couple nights, and I put that mic on every possible sound source. Drums, kick, snare, overheads, toms, room, a bass cabinet, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, vocals. I mic the wall. Anything that I can possibly put that mic on, I do. My goal is to find out how that mic reacts on every source. Low end, mid-range, high end, how it handles transients or how it handles high SPL, how clean it is, if it's noisy. I want to know everything I can possibly know about that mic. And the reason for that is, I firmly believe that it's not just about recording a good sound. Of course you want a good sound. But I really believe it's more about recording the right sound for whatever song you have. And to do that, I need to know how all of my mics react. For instance, say I put my favorite tube mics. I put my audio-technica 4060s on overheads. I get this nice, huge, wonderful overhead sound. But the song calls for a gritty, dirty sound. Well, the tubes aren't the right mic. I might need my ribbon mics. I might put a pair of high LPR 30s up as overheads, or even in some cases SM57s that might get me that grit that I'm looking for. When I'm in the middle of a session, I don't always have a lot of time to experiment. Sometimes we do, but most times we're working on a pretty tight schedule. So I really have to rely on the knowledge that I have of all the mics in my mic locker. For instance, not too long ago, I was doing a session with a drummer called Nick Adams. Fantastic drummer. Guy is awesome. We'd set up this wonderful, wonderful drum sound. He had his mahogany DWs in here. They were killing it. The room was pumping. Kick, snare, everything was just, it was a fantastic drum sound. We pulled the track up to play along, to check our tones. It was wrong. So wrong. We had to change the entire setup. Swap the overheads. I took the condensers off, put up some ribbons. I had a condenser in front of the kit. I removed that, put an SM57. I had to make things gritty, and because we were on a schedule, we only had a couple hours to do the whole session. I had to really rely on my experience with knowing how my microphone sounded to be able to swap them out quickly to get the sound we needed. So maybe a certain mic doesn't sound technically good on some source, but maybe it's the right thing for a certain song, like my overhead example. Nice overheads, big drum tone. Maybe you don't need the nice overhead, big drum tone. Maybe it needs to be gritty, so you need to know what mics will get you that sound. Now, I don't care how many mics you have in your locker. If you got 2 mics, if you're doing home recording, maybe you have 4 mics, or maybe you have, 20 mics. It does not matter. Take some time, put on the lab coat, invite some friends over, and experiment. Put it on everything possible. Get to know those microphones. I promise if you do that, your recordings will start to be better and better during the recording session. So when you get to the mixing stage, it's way more fun and way simpler. So experiment. Pick a mic this week and go put it on every sound source possible. All right, Charlie Waymire, signing out. See you in the studio.